Renee Good was a good person. She was murdered by an ICE agent. This is state violence. Actually, no, she obstructed a federal officer during an enforcement action. That's a crime under federal, state, and local law. You cannot willfully hinder, delay, or interfere with law enforcement doing their job.
Yeah, actually, no. Renee Good was not hindering anything. She was trying to leave. She was actually waiting for drivers to go by. She was driving in the middle of the road 3 minutes before the confrontation with the ICE agents.
You are cruel. She was oppressed by a white man with a gun. Okay, but what we're not going to do is act like she was this innocent, upstanding citizen. She also didn't have custody of her 2 children because she chose to stay with a spouse that abused kids, used their arms as cigarette ashtrays, actually. That's the woman you're marching for. The one who ran over an ICE officer and got shot in self-defense. But yeah, hero.
Okay, 3 things. One, she was not trying to run the officer over. She was trying to drive away. As is shown on these 3 shots, she was not trying to run him over. Also, if you look at this footage, the officer pulls out his gun and stands in front of her car, which why would you put yourself in harm's way, showing he knew exactly what he was doing. If he knew he had to use lethal force in risk of him being hit, then he shouldn't have put himself in risk of being hit. But he knowingly escalated the situation to violence by putting himself in front of her car. Also, officers are prohibited to stand in front of a vehicle to try to stop a fleeing suspect. And if the officer ends up getting hit as a result, the fault is the officers, not the drivers. And 2, the part about her spouse abusing kids. Why are you guys spreading false information? That claim has been debunked multiple times. In fact, it didn't even come from a good source. It literally came from a person on X that was trying to justify Renee Good's death. There are no charges on their records, and both of them are completely innocent. This lie that you guys keep trying to push that Renee Good was a terrible person just proves that you guys know what happened to her was wrong. You guys just refuse to admit it.